Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the Gnarly Gnome. This is the Weekly Pint. It's not a show. It's a happy hour. It's an excuse for us all to hang out together and have a drink and talk about whatever we want to talk about. And it is brought to you by Brew Ash. If you still have not made your plans to make it out to Brew Ash, do that. Come on. Like, what are you waiting for? You don't have to run if you have missed that whole fun. You can just hang out and drink beer with people that are fun to hang out with. So make your plans. Get out to Brew Ash. There's a little QR code on the screen you can scan, and it'll take you right to a webpage to tell you all about Brew Ash and why you should be there. Josh is hanging out alone. He says Julia should be home in about 10 minutes. I blame Julia for the show being, 15 minutes late? 15 minutes, almost 20 minutes late. It's her fault. Welcome, guys. As you do jump on the stream, please tell me what it is that you're drinking, because that's part of happy hour. It's part of what makes a happy hour happy. It's us drinking together, which brings up a great point. I don't have a drink in front of me, so we should probably remedy that. I told a couple people earlier that I would do this, so I'm gonna do it just for you guys. I don't like it, but it's also part of the topic that I want to talk about tonight. There's a bucket on the floor that needs attention. That's right. It's the bucket of misery, as my daughter so cleverly wrote it. All right. There is a whole bunch of things in here that no human being should be consuming, or maybe they should because we don't judge. I don't know, but all right. I can tell that there are little guys, and I can tell that there are big guys, and I don't even remember what any of them are. I'm gonna grab one of these little ones. This one here. Ooh, I'm so nervous. Nope, I'm swapping that out. This one. No, I'm going this one. Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know what I just picked. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Big Sips Purple Punch. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what Purple Punch is. Oh, no. It doesn't even tell me anything about it. It says shake well. I don't know why I'm shaking it. There's not like anything in there that needs shaken. It's definitely purple. You guys probably can't see that on like the camera, but here. Look at that's about as purple as a liquid can get. It's like Prince took a leak in a tiny little bottle. Purple Punch. This is 16% alcohol by volume. It doesn't even tell me anything about what flavor this is other than purple. Is this grape? I hate grape. I hate grape so much. Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News, sorry, not brewery news, says, wait, is this Monday or Tuesday? Yeah, Monday we were busy. Special episode. All right, I have a glass of ice because I feel like this needs to be on ice. I really am not looking forward to this. Okay, it does tell me a little bit if I read these tiny little fine print on here. There is no way you're going to be able to see it on the camera. But right in here, this stuff does tell me some things other than purple. It says that it is Big Sips agave wine. What? Agave wine with natural flavors and certified colors. We all know that I like my colors certified. Contains sulfites. Oh. Shake well. Man, I just wish it would tell me a flavor. Okay. Nice gold top on this. Look at that. That means it's fancy. All right, let's here, we'll leave the drink cam on. Let's get this in this glass and see what we're about to drink. Oh God. I do have a beer that it's grape. I can tell you right now it's grape. I can smell it. Even like a couple feet away from my face. Oh God, look at that. Yeah. That is the purple punch. All the purple, all the punch. Shout out to Big Sips for making this. Good God. All right. It's purple. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. It smells like Kool-Aid. It smells like not as grape as I was afraid of. It's more like a. I don't even know what that is. Some other fruit in there, but it does not smell like grape. Almost some kind of berries, maybe. I don't know. Blueberry? No, I don't even know. I don't know. What are we doing? What is the? Who is buying this and why? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Is who is buying this and why? Yeah, it's like somebody took Kool-Aid, 100% Kool-Aid, and then put some booze in it. I guess agave wine, because that's what it's made with. I don't even know what agave wine is. I don't. What does that even mean? Agave wine. I thought that wine was made with fruit. Agave is agave a fruit? I guess it's a fruit. Is that like you take agave syrup and then just ferment it? I don't even know what that is. I feel like I should Google it. Okay. That's not good, but I suppose if you're a child and you're looking to drink, I understand it, but children should not drink, so I don't understand it. If you're an adult and this is the flavor that you crave, oh God, what have we done? Tom says, assume fermented on wine yeast and barreled. Why would they use agave, though? That just doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like if you're going to make something like this, there's a cheaper way to do it. Like, I feel like, I don't know, just sugar? Like, just make some kind of crappy sugar booze? There's no way that that's the smartest way to make this. And it's not even like marketed as that. Like it's real tiny print on there. It does say it's a wine cocktail. Okay. Let's Chris says, you mean rum? Rum maybe. Sugar. Rum is not just sugar. Like it needs something a little more sugar cane to make rum. No, I'm thinking more like, I guess, moonshine. Like very crappy moonshine. Not even like good corn-based moonshine. Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News says purple is the flavor. I can already tell this is going to be awful. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Tom says, just looked it up. Agave wine is normally for cocktails, not distilled, so lower, I assume, lower ABV and smoother. Okay, Like, I guess I understand that. I still don't get it. There is, so not specifically big sips, although I think that they are up there. There is this growth right now in beverage alcohol as an industry, and the growth is coming from. There's a couple different places, but one of them is things like this, and Buzzballs is the easy one. And we've talked about Buzzballs on this show, and I've given Buzzballs plenty of crap on this show and on other interviews that I do. I've been trying to understand why. In pretty much every single beer interview that I've done, people love to talk about how people aren't drinking as much, or specifically beer, people aren't drinking beer as much. And while, yes, on one hand, that's true, there are some things that are growing, and I've been obsessing. When I say obsessing, it doesn't even scratch the surface of how much this has been consuming my life. I've been obsessing over the things that are growing, and one of them right now is Buzzballs and things like Big Sip's Purple Punch. And while I don't really understand why yet fully, I think I've started to pinpoint a couple places that some of these beverages are meeting consumers at the right time in the right place. And a big part of it is cost. I think that that's something that we can see across every single segment of the industry. People are tired of... Chris says, literally growing. You can buy the giant Buzzballs now. Not to get off on a tangent, I was down at Party Source the other day picking up some beers and doing some stuff, and I was walking down the aisle where the Buzzballs were, and there was a couple in front of me, and they came around the corner and saw the giant Buzzballs on an end cap, and the excitement in what I assume was the wife or the girlfriend or whoever she was, when she saw those, was unlike anything that I've ever heard for craft beer. Like, she had this like squeal of joy, and she said, "Oh my God, look at the big balls!" And I'm pretty sure they bought one. While on the surface, I don't understand it. I think it's crazy. It's real, and people are buying these things for a reason. And like I was going before, cost plays a big part into it, but I think it's way more complicated than that. I think that like this specifically with I don't even want to say this out loud yet before I really dive in, because this is not wine. I mean, it's a wine cocktail. This is wine. And I think that this is the new entry point for people to get in to wine. And that I understand is absurd, and I'm trying to figure this out, and I think there's something to it. I think that that some segments need to figure out who their new consumers are, and I think that the people buying Buzzballs and Big Sips are the new wine consumers, and I think that these companies are going to reap that benefit for a very long time, because traditional wine can't and won't. I even saying that out loud right now sounds so ridiculous. I mean, this is like there is something about this that is very reminiscent of what is like that like the Sutterholm. Is that what that one wine was? That's like almost like just like fake juice flavored. Is that what I'm thinking? So that's not right. It wasn't Sutterholm. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm thinking of this wine that just tastes like fruit juice, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. Samantha says THC infused. Yeah, there's a big part of that too. THC drinks are definitely a segment that is growing. Julia says there will always be a subset of the drinking population that needs something sweet to get into the alcohol space. Maybe this is the current Bartles and James wine spritzers. Yeah. I think it is. I think that there aren't a ton of wine coolers that are out there right now. I also think that the term wine is turning people off right now. Although the actual Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News says Mad Dog 2020. Yep. While the term wine might be turning people off, like that idea, people are going to want forever. You just have to find a way to get them into it. Big sips might be it. It's absurd. THC infused. Let's go back to that because that is like a whole separate segment right now that is attracting people. And I think that it is attracting people for its own reasons. A lot of them are, again, I think that there are several big reasons that people aren't drinking craft beer the way that they were. One of them I mentioned before was cost. One of them is a huge one, and that's that we're all getting older. Craft beer drinkers are all now 30s, 40s, 50s. Like we're getting older. Look, sometimes you drink a lot and you have a hangover and it sucks. And I think there are a lot of people that are kind of over that type of drinking and are looking for something else that can put them in a social situation where people are drinking, that they can enjoy themselves, they can have something that maybe alters their mood a little bit, but then the next day they wake up and they don't feel like they have a hangover. And THC is 100% satisfying that urge for them and meeting that need. And I've been working on this post about my journey through weed water, as I call it, my THC beverages, weed water. And man, it is so complicated trying to figure out where I'm approaching this from. Sam is from Butterbuds in Fairfield. Perfect example because you guys play a big role in this article that I'm writing. I have a whole range of beverages that I've been consuming, trying to understand how each one of them affect me differently, how each one of them fit into my life as a drinker, how each one of them might fit into somebody else's life as a drinker. And I'm fascinated by it. Like I've done everything from just consume some of the lower dosage THC beverages very casually. I have consumed some of them the same way that I would drink beer. I have consumed some of the higher dosage ones in a bit of an extreme amount just to see what it does to me. I'm putting myself through the ringer for science, and I still don't really understand it. It's I feel, and maybe this is just because my experience with alcohol goes back, obviously a long time, whereas weed is very different for me, or THC, it goes back very differently for me. I feel like I know exactly how alcohol is going to affect me, regardless of what type of beverage. Like if I drink this, like I know this is 16%. If I chug this, I know what that's going to do to me in 30 minutes. I know that. Whereas if I have 5 milligrams in 12 ounces of one weed water and 5 milligrams of a different weed water, I still don't know how those two things are going to affect me. And I'm kind of fascinated by that. Chris says, I think a lot of it depends on where it is derived from as well. I don't know. And I don't know how you're supposed to always know that. I don't know. I don't know where this alcohol is derived from. It's agave wine, and I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't love this. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I feel like there's probably maybe there's a better flavor. If this was like just straight up fruit punch, maybe I would love it. I don't know. I'm going to put that over here because I want to open a beer. I am very curious on everybody's thoughts about if you think people aren't drinking as much. Number one, do you think they aren't drinking as much? And number two, if you think they aren't, why do you think they're not drinking as much? Because I've narrowed it down to I think right now I have like 5 big main points that I think are those reasons that I'm trying to weed my way through. All right, beer. I picked this up, speaking of Party Source, when I was down there. I picked this up down there, and I am really excited to try it because it sounds delicious. This is a... You can't even see that on there. This is called Cool Ship Lager Black. This is a Czech-style black lager. It is cool shipped and open fermented. From OEC Brewing. That is Ordinem Eccentrici Cocatories. I don't even know. OEC Brewing. Ordinem Eccentrici Cocatories. From Connecticut. I have no clue who they are. I don't know anything about them. It says it's 5.4%. Cool Ship Lager pours black in color with a reddish hue. How is it black in color with a reddish hue? All right. Fluffy off-white head. Notes of dark chocolate and roast are balanced by a nice herbal hoppiness. Oh, that sounds good. A cool open fermentation using a classic Czech lager yeast leads to a clean finish. That sounds amazing. Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News confirms OEC is out of Connecticut. They are known for their lagers. Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to it. Drinking it out of the best glass you can drink anything out of. My Drink Local Gnarly Gnome glass. If you don't have one, I'm sorry. We are sold. I actually don't know that we're sold out. I think I found a little box. I think I might have 6 of them. Maybe I'll bring them and sell them at the Oktoberfest finale. Yeah. Look at that. It's all beat up, but the glasses are in there. There are 6 of them. Nice and dusty. Been tucked away for God knows how long in the back of the closet. Speaking of which, if you guys have been wondering how Oktoberfest Quest is going this year, you should come out to the finale. The finale is October 7th. That is next week. Is that next week? Ooh, I got some Oktoberfest to drink this week. Next week, we're at Mad Tree, 7 p.m. At Mad Tree Oakley. We're hanging out. We'll be out on the beer garden. There's going to be a bunch of trees. It is the night before this event they call Night in the Trees, where they give away a bunch of trees. So there's just going to be a bunch of trees, and you can hang out, fire pits, and it's going to be amazing. And we're gonna work our way through the final four. As of right now, there is only one finalist that is confirmed, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I will give you a hint, the same hint that I gave on Truth Beer Podsequences this week. The can has some blue on it and some little diamonds. That's as much as I'll say. It's a good beer. I don't believe that it's been... Let me double check this. I don't think it's been in the finals before. I could be wrong on that. It has never won. I can definitely say that. This one. There are still 3 more beers to hit the finals. Just click that. No, it is... Okay. I will tell you this. More hints, if you guys can figure this out. So in 2022, it was eliminated in round 2. In 2023, it was eliminated in round 3. In 2024, it was eliminated in round 1. Big upset. And yeah, this year it's in the finals. Great beer, and I'm excited to see how it does. It's... I think that it's kind of silly to say, but the difficulty of picking a winner between all of these Oktoberfest beers is one of the hardest things that I have to do every year. Okay, let's get into this. It's definitely black. I know that they said something about ruby highlights or ruby hue. Reddish hue. So it says pours black in color with a reddish hue. I don't have any reddish hue at all. This is a black beer, a big foamy tan head, like a good, like foamy, eat it with a spoon head on top. Okay, let me get my nose in here. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's roasty is the best way I can describe it. Touch of some fruitiness. Chris says you can see the red as you're pouring. Yeah, I bet if I put a light up to it. Yeah, there's some red. I'm getting a message that the drunk line is going right to voicemail. Sorry. I had it set on Do Not Disturb. I do that normally so that people won't bother me in my normal life. All right, drunk line is on. If you guys ever want to call into the show, the number is right over there, right down here. 567-70-DRINK. That's 567-703-7465, I think, if I remember right. Jason says, why does Cincinnati only offer IPAs? It's really frustrating to even go to the liquor store. Almost no stouts, brown ales, porters, etc. That's crazy. There are plenty of other beers here in the city. There are a lot of great IPAs, but there's a ton of other styles. Now, depending on what liquor store you're going to, that might be the better question of why they're only stocking primarily IPAs, because there's plenty of other beers. Let's see. Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News says, I know if 6 people who are coming down to hang out with you in Cincy in April of 2026. Just saying. Yeah. We haven't really announced that yet. We're going to do a huge thing. This is what, the third time that this has happened. Only the second time in person, I believe. we're going to get together with a bunch of people across the state of Ohio here in Cincinnati this year. And we're going to spend a day or two drinking a whole bunch of beers and exploring the city, and then cap it off with a huge live podcast. I have not figured out all of those details yet. Oh, I gotcha. 6-ish people, 6 remaining gnome glasses. I'm going to sell them all before then. Third time in person. Did we do like it's not the third time we did a big live show though, right? We only did, I think it's only the second time we've done like a big live podcast that I'm remembering, which could be an issue. But this live show in Cincy here, I would like to actually make it an event. Like, I want other people to kind of come and hang out with us and do this live show. Stay tuned. We'll figure this out. Okay. I got to try this. Jason says, party source. Jason says, I visit Chicago all the time and the selection is much better. That is, your opinion's valid. It's wrong, but it's valid. I think that there is a great selection of beer here in town. I think that there are great other styles other than just IPA. There's good IPAs, but like, we've got some really, really great breweries putting out some great lagers from, number one, we've got Urban Artifact cranking out the sours. This is a hot take that I know that some people disagree with. I think Braxton is putting out a really great, incredible variety of styles, especially some lagers. High Grain cranking out some great lagers. Third Eye putting out all kinds of stuff. That black walnut brown ale that they put out, really, really cool stuff. Jason says I could barely find anything at Country Fresh. Look, I think the bigger problem in Cincinnati right now is that our beer stores are a little lacking. I think that there are a couple places around town that are incredible, but it's nothing compared to where it should be. That's, I think, the bigger problem. I got to drink this, guys. All right. Roasty, a little bit of fruitiness from the fermentation, I'm guessing. But roasty. Yeah, just like a bready roastiness. All right, let me go. Oh, that's good. Well, that's really good. This doesn't tell the whole story. They say this is cool shipped and open fermented. So when I hear cool ship, I'm in my head thinking wild fermentation. That's not what this is. It's just put in a cool ship, I guess, to cool down. Then it's inoculated with the yeast and open fermented. Doesn't seem like the most practical way to do it, but okay, that's a good beer. That's a really good beer. I do notice, like, as I'm pouring it, this is not like the most brilliant beer, like clarity wise. There's some haze going on, like it's a little murky. You can't really tell because it's dark beer, but I don't know that that's an issue with this style. But if this was a different lager style, I think that would definitely lose a few points for me. But man, this is good beer. Mm. It's just super, super roasty, full-bodied, still super drinkable. Look at the way that that head of that beer just kind of clings to the glass, the lacing, if you want. That's a lost art these days. It seems like I don't know what that is, but like beer doesn't have like a good head on it anymore. Like no breweries. There are so many breweries that just make these like thin, watery, crappy beers. Let's see. Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News. It's going to take me a long time to get used to that. Says there was no podcast the second time. The Brewer of Seville did a podcast with Sean at Nostalgia before we started out. I remember that now. Yes, but you're correct that there was no big cross-platform podcast at the end of the day. I remember that now. I ate some kind of like mac and cheese out of a skillet that was delicious while he was podcasting. Yeah. We're going to do it big this time. I have a couple ideas that I'm going to work on. Jason says, yes, they only carry IPAs. I founded the Ohio Brew Week homebrew competition in the Homebrew Club in Athens. I can't find interesting beer in beer stores. Too many breweries make 50% IPAs, a few kettle sours, candy beer, and a couple interesting beers. Man, I don't know what to tell you. If you can't find a great beer at Party Source, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there is great beer out there. I know that there are probably a lot of Cincinnati breweries that are not distributed in Kentucky. That probably affects it a little bit. I suppose that most of the beer that I'm buying these days is coming straight from the tap room. Like I'm bellying up to the bar in a tap room. I'm drinking a couple beers there, and then I'm grabbing a 6-pack or two, and I'm taking it home with me. But I mean, if you can't find something good at those tap rooms, I don't know what to tell you. Go to Third Eye, go to High Grain, go to Braxton, go to Mad Tree, go to Rheingeist. Like there is great beer around us. Go to Sam Adams. I mean, heck, if you've never been to the Sam Adams tap room in OTR, geez, like they're cranking out some stuff that like if you had like put this beer in front of me, even like not even like 5 years ago, like I would have blown my mind that this was the stuff that the city is putting out. Josh says Darkness is walking distance from Party Source, and they do stouts and porters. Yes, there are a lot of breweries that are making some of these styles that aren't putting them in packaging, though, and that's, I think, the difficulty. Although Darkness packages every once in a while. But I understand, like, the need for something in your fridge. It's out there. Jason says, I live in Deer Park. High Grain is great. High Grain's making some incredible beer. And in packaging too. I mean, Street Side, I know that they do a lot of, you mentioned the candy beers and the sours. They do a lot of that, but my God, like English styles, like they've got Black Cats and they've got their pub ale and like those are packaged. Like it's packaged beer styles that like, again, you go back like 5 or 10 years ago, like it would have been mind blowing that this stuff is being, made in the city of Cincinnati. Like I disagree so much that this idea that everybody's making IPAs. There's a lot of IPAs, don't get me wrong. And actually, like I've made this conscious effort over the last maybe 6 months to start drinking more IPAs because I was kind of ignoring them for so long and kind of got sick of them. And so now I'm trying to push myself in a different direction. Jason says Narrow Path has great English beers. I agree, especially with the cask or the cask-ish. The beer engines, we'll say. Narrow Path is making great English beers. Again, Street Side making great English beers. Gravel Road is doing something really fun up in Middletown. I don't think that they're making the best English beers, but presentation wise, he's kicking butt up there with his cask program. I can't get behind the idea that all there is IPAs. I think it's a cop out. Personally. Oh. God, that's good. I need more beers like that. Just a good dark Jack mild is what I want. Where are these guys from again? Connecticut. Yep. Let's get in the truck. Going to Connecticut. Doesn't really tell me where. Where did it say it was? It said it somewhere here. Oh, Oxford, Connecticut. I don't know where that is. It doesn't help me. I think that we are luckier now than we've been probably ever in this city with the amount of beer and the quality of beer, the variety of beer, maybe even the personality of beer. It's better than it's ever been. Jason says that Scotch Ale used to be the Cincy beer. Now it has largely disappeared. Every brewery had one. Again, they're around. I don't know in packaging that there's a lot of them right now, but they're around. Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News says, first 5 years of my life was in Oxford, Connecticut, about 20 miles north of New Haven. Gotcha. Yeah, let's get in the truck. I need to go drink more of this. There's some breweries in Ohio that I know are making things like this that I just really want to get to. Shout out to Woolly Pig. I know they make stuff like this. Julia makes a great point. Wooden Cask almost always has their Scotch Ale in packaging. That's a good one. I can't think of another brewery that would have a Scotch Ale in packaging. And Mad Tree was doing Thunder Snow. I don't know that they're doing Thunder Snow this year, but that's also a spiced Scotch Ale, so I don't know if that counts. Who else has one in packaging? That's an interesting question. Jason says, I like Wooden Cask. Wooden Cask is amazing. I think out of breweries that like stubbornly stick to who they are one of my favorites. Full disclosure, I guess I have to mention this. Technically, right now, Wooden Cask is a client of mine. Technically, right now. For another little bit. But I have to mention that because anytime I talk about them, I think I'm supposed to legally say it. The Music History Explorer says, just had a Scotch Ale at Narrow Path on the old dispenser. Heck yeah. And see, like, even like now your username makes me so excited to go see what you make. The Music History Explorer. I'm the rest of my night is now set. Julia says, Third Eye's wee heavy, but again, that might be more seasonal. And then in packaging is the hard. I guess not Third Eye. Sorry. Third Eye doesn't. I guess maybe they do package pretty much everything at this point. I don't even know. Julia says Grainworks has a Scotch Ale almost all the time. Julia says she's going to sneak into the trunk and come along on our way to Oxford, is that right? Oxford, Connecticut, to go drink a bunch of great lagers. I think that's what I need in my life right now is just a good lager vacation. Yeah, I think I need that. Chris says they package maybe half. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've got a good selection of stuff in packaging, but there's like maybe 6 packaged beers when you go in there normally versus what they have on tap. Great stuff though, and they're like, that's a great example of a brewery that's making a bunch of really fun styles that don't always translate commercially. If that makes any sense. That sounds like a backhanded compliment, but it's not. Like, there are things that they make that are not going to sell the same way as Ghost Railroad, their New England IPA. It's not going to sell the same way, but they make it because they love craft beer. And like, I think that we've got, like, I don't know, we've I'm going to say 15 breweries in town, maybe, that on a regular basis make a good amount of beers that are not very commercially viable. That they probably, if an accountant got a hold of them and ran their business, would tell them to stop making them. And I think that is that's a good sign of a healthy craft beer community. It's a terrible way to put it, but that's how I feel. I get more excited about beers that don't make sense than I do about the latest IPA. And I understand that frustration when you walk into a store and you have to walk past 20 different IPAs to get to something that you're looking for, that's something that's a little more fun. And the amount of times that I will just, as soon as I see it, grab an IPA off the shelf versus something else is there's a vast difference between those amount of times. If I see a fun, unique beer, I'm grabbing it. I'm going to say 7 times out of 10. Whereas if I see an IPA, even if I know it's probably going to be a good IPA, a great IPA even, it's closer to like 3 out of 10. Like, I don't get excited about it anymore. Julia says, I think some of the issue, too, is the problems with distribution, even to bottle shops and specialty stores like Party Source. Easier just to package and sell out of the tap room unless they already have a solid distribution partnership. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Distribution has turned into a shit show over the last few years. It's been a while, more than even a few years. It's turned into a complete mess. And as a consumer, even like great beer stores, you just can't always trust that you're going to walk in and stuff's going to be fresh. I'm trying not to throw anybody under the bus. I don't want to have to like check the dates on the bottom of my cans before I buy them. I want to trust that the people in the store and the distributors that are putting it on the shelf and the people that are walking the floor of the store are going to be checking that kind of thing for me. And that's not a for sure thing anymore, and not even close. And versus a tap room, it is. Like, if you're buying a beer out of a tap room, that they care about the beer, they care about the product. They, regardless of what the date on the beer says, they are standing behind that product and they say, yep, this is still good. No matter what you might think, whatever this date says, that product is good. Right now, that product, you should be drinking it. Yeah. Chris says they do can about 24 a year. Still lots. Yeah, so that's a decent amount of beer. And, most of those are kind of, I hate calling them core styles at a place like Narrow Path, but That's what most of them you'll get is. All right, we're hitting about an hour. It's time to start wrapping things up. I apologize for the confusion this week, if anybody was confused. Had an event yesterday that was happening right before the Bengals game, and then Bengals, which, look, I'm a diehard Bengals fan, and Monday nights where we're playing always makes things a little difficult. I don't care, like, if another team is playing, to put them on and kind of have it in the background while I'm doing the show, but it's hard when the Bengals are playing. Lee wants to know if I've been to Depot already. Of course I have. I've been everywhere. Yeah, I've been to Depot already. Chris says, always confused. Not your fault. Sorry. I tried, and I probably should have been a little more communicative ahead of time to let people know that it was going to be bumped a day. It's tough. It's tough communicating things, especially when it's a show that is just always the same time, always the same place. It doesn't happen often. When Bengals are playing on Monday Night Football, you know that things are probably going to be weird. Sometimes I might go live during the game. Sometimes I'll do it just a little earlier. Sometimes I'll bump it a day, but I'll try to be better about communicating. I've been busy, and I know I say that a lot. I've been busy with a lot of weird stuff. Not even always good stuff, not even always fun stuff, just stuff. And that makes it a little tough sometimes. But with that, we will be back next week. Let me double check, make sure there's nothing going on that would prevent this. No, we're good. We are back to our normal time next week, next Monday, the 6th. And hopefully, fingers crossed, by the 6th, we will know the final four for the Oktoberfest Quest finale. In fact, maybe I'll announce it on the show. Maybe. I mean, again, that's probably bad marketing. I should probably announce it before that. I should probably slowly roll them out over the 3 or 4 days prior. I don't know. I don't know what the right way to do it is. I don't know what the most fun way to do it is. I don't know what makes me enjoy it the most is, but we'll figure something out. We'll do it on the show. Why not? Chris says, if you announce them, we can all grab them and rank them for ourselves. Yeah. Does that mean you want me to announce them before the weekly pint, or announce that? I don't know. I actually don't know when I'm going to actually be able to get them all finalized. There are 2 beers that I still have not. I don't have. They're not in the fridge, and I still have to get them this week, and then they will battle for round 1, and then round 2 can finish, and then round 3 can finish. And it is this is the point where this starts to get really stressful for me, because I have to get all those beers. It has to all fall into place. If I don't get one of the beers until Saturday, I don't know the finalists until at least Sunday. It's gonna be so hard, but we're gonna make it happen one way or another. It's gonna happen. Anyways, we will be back next week. We'll do this again Monday around 9:30-ish. That's the way this normally goes. For all of you who take part in this every week, I appreciate you so much, more than you know. If you like this, if you like any of the stuff that I do, you can go to thegnarlygnome.com/support, and you can support that way. There is good stuff coming for people that support. There's also some sponsorship opportunities for businesses. I have a couple sponsors lined up coming that some of them are super exciting. Some of them are not as exciting. I won't tell you which ones are which. but they're coming to help kind of make this whole thing work. I appreciate all of you more than you know. And yeah, if you like Cincy Brewcast, there's a new Cincy Brewcast this week and more new episodes coming. I think I have 2 more coming over the next few weeks. Also, Drinking with the Gnome has finally started finding its way into the schedule, and we had a couple new episodes recently, another couple new episodes coming, and that's fun for me. So I appreciate you. Chris says that the Reds are getting it handed to them if anyone is interested. That's depressing. That's depressing. But we'll wrap this up so we can go watch the Reds get their butts kicked if that's the way things are going to go. Cincinnati sports, man. What do you want? What do you want from us? That's what we do. I appreciate you guys. We will see you next week, and same time, same place every week. Thanks, guys. Get out there, drink something local, drink something good, or if you can't find something good, drink something fun, because that's also it's also why we do this, right? Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next week. If you create your own Big Sips flavor, what would it be? I think there used to be this Kool-Aid that was like some kind of icy mountain blue or something. I think that's my perfect Big Sips. That's what I need. Big Sips, make it happen.